Melendy Spirit Award was established by the Cedar Falls Community Foundation in 2011 to recognize those who have made outstanding contributions to Cedar Falls' quality of life through philanthropic or other means. The award is named for Peter Melendy, who came to Cedar Falls in 1857 from Cincinnati, Ohio. He became an ardent community builder with contributions in arts, culture, education, and agricultural pursuits. He served the community in many positions, culminating with a term as mayor and writing the first history of Cedar Falls. In everything he did, he generated enthusiasm and raised money for Cedar Falls. He laid the groundwork for many of the institutions we still enjoy. The Cedar Falls Community Foundation accepts nominations of individuals, families, groups, or organizations who embody these same principles for the Melendy Spirit Award. This year, we are proud to honor Rosemary Beach with the Melendy Spirit Award. Let's learn a little bit about the impact Rosemary Beach has had on Cedar Falls.
Rosemary Beach is a treasured citizen of Cedar Falls. Throughout her long residence in Cedar Falls, she has seized opportunities to become involved in countless ways and in many organizations. Rosemary says it has all been fun, but her fun has made a lasting impact on Cedar Falls. Rosemary co-founded the Sturgis Falls Celebration, an event that continues to be a summer highlight for local families and class reunions. The celebration began as the official United States Bicentennial Celebration on behalf of the city of Cedar Falls in 1976 and continues as a celebration of community to this day, bringing thousands of visitors home to Cedar Falls each year for family and class reunions to enjoy the bands, the carnival, the family activities, and more. In her nomination, Judith Cutler said, "Rosemary has always been willing to lend a hand to make the city of Cedar Falls welcoming to our residents, visitors, and tourists." Cutler went on to note, among other contributions, Rosemary's service to the Cedar Falls Community Theater, Hartman Reserve Nature Center, the Cedar Valley Arboretum, Green Scene, her Center for the Arts, and the Cedar Valley Trails Festival, noting her love of bicycling and support of the Cedar Trails Partnership and the Cedar Falls Tourism and Visitors Bureau. Judith Harrington also highlighted Rosemary's willingness to get involved. Harrington said, "Just as Peter Melendy was a mover and shaker of Cedar Falls in its earliest days, so has Rosemary been for the many decades she has resided in Cedar Falls. If there is an issue or project, or even just a gleam in someone's eye, Rosemary is right there to lead or lend support." Rosemary has been recognized in many ways at both the local and state level. She has received the Cedar Falls Representative Citizen Award, Mayor's Volunteer Award for Lifetime Achievement, the Sturgis Falls Cornerstone Award, the Western Home Community Volunteer of the Year Award, and the Governor's Volunteer Award, being inducted into the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame. In 2014, Rosemary was honored by Volunteer Iowa for giving more than 750 hours to the Blue Zones Project, promoting health and wellness. Rosemary served as the first executive director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society from 1980 to 93, bringing a renewed focus to local history and the specialness of Cedar Falls. Julie Huffman-Klinkowitz with the Cedar Falls Historical Society said, "Rosemary embodies the sense of community pride, philanthropy, and volunteerism pioneered by Peter Melendy. The dedication, enthusiasm, and energy that Rosemary brings to all causes she supports spurs others in our community to become more involved. She has been and continues to be an ardent advocate for Cedar Falls, its citizens, and its history." Hundreds of residents can attest that volunteering on projects with Rosemary is indeed fun. She embodies the spirit of Peter Melendy in civic pride and willingness to lend a hand to make the community a better place, and does it with a smile and a twinkle in her eye.
So if you know Rosemary Beach, you know she's been a fixture in our community, and she's been a dynamo for supporting and promoting the community of Cedar Falls. And so I'd like to read to you the inscription on your award, Rosemary. The Melendy Spirit Award is presented to Rosemary Collins Beach for outstanding community service and visionary ideas from the Cedar Falls Community Foundation in 2021. It's my great honor to award you with the Melendy Spirit Award.
I'm really pleased to accept this award. It's one of the awards that I know many of my friends have received, and I feel very good about it. And I'd like to just talk a minute about Peter Melendy himself. And I brought one of the books that the Historical Society put out for a number of years about Peter Melendy. What I just want a quick read here is, the book is Peter Melendy, and it's 50 years of Cedar Falls, 1843 to 1893. And it's a historical record of Cedar Falls, the Garden City of Iowa. And this is just, you can see he had lots to say. But the two things I'd like to just say about it is, he wrote, "No more beautiful site for a city can be found in the West. It would be impossible to name all of the beauties of this gem of the Cedar Valley." And it's been very, very good for Cedar Falls to have had the community foundation and to be able to showcase what goes on in our city. And I think that we've done a beautiful job over all the years. I'd like to thank the committee themselves for thinking that I knew enough and was involved enough in Cedar Falls to be well enough to accept an award like this, and I appreciate it. And I just hope that other people will look forward to doing all the things that I've been given the opportunity to do. And I thank them. I thank the people that let me do things with them, because it was just a fun time for all the places and things that I've gotten to do. So I say a good thank you.